What is going on, guys? So as you all know, Kobe Bryant was taken away from us way too soon. I think we all know where we were when we found out the news that he had passed. I was actually editing a video and I literally could not finish the video because I was so taken aback by it. So of course TPS sends out our sympathies to everyone who had lost their lives, the families involved, and of course Kobe and Gianna. It's an awful thing that happened, but we still have all the amazing memories that Kobe provided us. Bryant left the NBA landscape with so many iconic and historic memories. His legacy is gonna live on forever, we all know that. So in honor of the Lakers legend, here is a look at his greatest moment against every NBA team. Atlanta Hawks, dunk on Josh Smith. The Atlanta Hawks visited Kobe's Lakers on March 3rd, 2013, and it turned out to be an epic duo between the Black Mamba and one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks led by 1 point late in the fourth quarter, until the Black Mamba came in and dunked on Josh Smith, one of the most productive players that night.
Bryant attacking, all the way, dunks it home! Kobe down the middle!
Bryant finished with 34 points as the Lakers came away with a close 99-98 victory. Boston Celtics, 2010 NBA Finals. Boston and LA had a historic rivalry for the ages in the 80s, when Magic Johnson's Showtime squad met Larry Bird's Celtics 3 times in the NBA Finals. The rivalry was renewed in the 2008 NBA Finals, where Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen overwhelmed Kobe's Lakers, winning the championship in 6 games. The two sides clashed again in the finals 2 years later. This time, Kobe got the best of Boston's Big Four, which also consisted of Rajon Rondo. He averaged 28.6 points and 3.9 assists per game in that series. Bryant helped the Lakers clinch their 2nd straight title in Game 7 after tallying 23 points. That's a pretty great way to win championship number 5. Oh, and yeah, he was named NBA Finals MVP.
2010 NBA champions!
Brooklyn Nets, 2002 NBA Finals. Looking to clinch their 3rd straight NBA championship, the Lakers met Jason Kidd's New Jersey Nets in the 2002 NBA Finals. But this series wasn't much of a contest, as Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal easily outmatched the Nets team that lacked the necessary star power to keep up. Though Shaq was named NBA Finals MVP, Kobe did his job in averaging 26.8 points and 5.8 rebounds per game, helping the Lakers pull off the easy three-peat.
In the 4th, Shaq 34 points, 10 rebounds. Kenyon Martin leading the Nets with
Charlotte Hornets, 58-point game. The Lakers visited the lowly Charlotte Bobcats on December 29, 2006, and Kobe had quite the performance to remember, easily giving the home fans their money's worth. Though the Bobcats pulled off the upset with a 133-124 victory, Bryant destroyed their defense all game long, recording 58 points while shooting 48.9% from the field.
4 of 4 from the floor, Henry. Off to a great shot. You see the variety of pump shots there. Kobe Bryant in the lane. Kobe Bryant has missed his last 6. Bryant.
That's right, Kobe scored 58 of the Lakers' 124 points. According to our calculations, that's kind of ridiculous. Chicago Bulls, 42-point game. Kobe and the Lakers entered the United Center to take on the struggling Chicago Bulls on December 15th, 2009. There wasn't a whole lot for the Chicago fans to get excited about, unless they were hoping to see some vintage Kobe. Fortunately for the folks in the Windy City, Bryant gave them just that. He bullied the Bulls with 42 points while shooting a ridiculous 57.7% from the field. The Lakers held on for a 96-87 victory. Like we said, vintage Kobe.
He protected it perfectly. With the left hand he goes because Salmons he's a Kobe. He'll go the distance and the easy.
Cleveland Cavaliers, game winner over LeBron James. Kobe and LeBron were unquestionably the 2 greatest players of their era. It's pretty fitting that the King joined Kobe's old team 2 years after the latter's retirement. Though we never saw these two clash in the NBA Finals, we got to see plenty of regular season showdowns between LeBron and Kobe. Perhaps their most memorable matchup was on January 12th, 2006, when Kobe hit this clutch shot over LeBron.
Bryant putting moves on James. Here's Bryant. Yes.
28 points for LeBron, 27 for Kobe. But it was the Lakers who came away with a 99-98 victory. Dallas Mavericks, 62-point outing. Kobe's Lakers and Dirk Nowitzki's Mavericks were among the Western Conference heavyweights during the 2000s and the early 2010s. It was always a treat when these two all-time greats squared off. Dirk's Mavs often had no answer for containing the attack of the Black Mamba. The Mavericks visited the Lakers on December 20th, 2005, and Kobe single-handedly carried his team to victory with an unstoppable 60 62-point performance. The dude also shot 58.1% from the field that night, as the Lakers dominated the Mavericks by a final score of 112 to 90.
To make a statement for his teammates, Kobe on the crossover. Got it again! 6'4", 9 points. Kobe trying to lose his man on the teardrop.
For a brief period, the 62 points stood as the career high for Kobe. Denver Nuggets, 2009 Western Conference Finals. The Lakers clashed with the Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups-led Nuggets in the 2009 Western Conference Finals. The latter was on the Pistons team that shocked Bryant's Lakers in the 2004 NBA Finals. So the fans in Denver had some reason for optimism in this series. Or not. Once again, Bryant turned up the heat in the postseason, and he absolutely manhandled the Nuggets throughout the series. Bryant averaged 34 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game, as the Lakers eliminated Denver in 6 to book another trip to the NBA Finals.
It's all to Bryant. Nice fake. There's the drive on the finish line. Bryant to the basket and lays it in. Smith has 5 fouls. Kobe Bryant for 3.
Detroit Pistons, Game 2 of 2004 NBA Finals. As we just mentioned, Billups and the Pistons upset the star-studded and heavily favored Lakers in the 2004 NBA Finals, using suffocating defenses to close out the series in 5. But Kobe did not go down without a fight in this series. The Lakers faced a must-win situation in Game 2, else they'd travel to the Motor City down 2-0 in the series. Kobe, simply put, wouldn't let that happen on his watch. Bryant led the Lakers with 33 points as they evened the series. Yeah, the Pistons won in 5 games. But again, Kobe refused to give in easily. His clutch performance in Game 2 helped the Lakers avoid a humiliating sweep.
Less than 5 from way outside. Got it! Oh, lone screen all the way. Oh, got the bounce. Auburn Hills is next.
Golden State Warriors, second half takeover versus Warriors. The Lakers traveled to the Bay Area to visit the Warriors on January 12, 2011. Unless you say that Steph Curry got a nice close-up look at what legendary status is supposed to look like.
Kobe down the lane, in on Beadrich, lay it in. Kobe not going to give it up, going to rise and hit 7.
This is a must-stop here.
Kobe 3, good.
Bryant scored 39 points while shooting a ridiculous 61.9% from the field, leading the Los Angeles Lakers to a 115-110 victory over the home team. Houston Rockets, Game 7 of the 2009 Western Conference Semifinals. Led by Yao Ming, Metta World Peace, and Aaron Brooks, the Rockets pushed Kobe's Lakers to the limit in the 2009 Western Conference Semifinals. Pau Gasol was Kobe's only teammate who was performing on a consistent basis throughout the series. But this is the Black Mamba we're talking about, so of course he carried the team on his back. After failing to close out the series in Game 6 at Houston, Kobe and Gasol came through in Game 7. The latter posted 21 points while the Black Mamba recorded 14 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. The Lakers crushed the Rockets 89-70 in Game 7 to punch a ticket to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, blow-by by Bryant. Gasol with nobody putting a body on it.
Just buying him again, using his limb. Kobe Bryant.
Indiana Pacers, 2000 NBA Finals. Kobe's first trip to the NBA Finals came in 2000, where they met the Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose-led Pacers. Miller, near the end of his career, was looking to capture that elusive ring once and for all. SHAQ completely dominated the series, winning NBA Finals MVP after averaging 38 points and 16.7 rebounds per game. But Kobe did his part too, averaging 15.6 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. Kobe helped the Lakers close out the series in Game 6 by recording 26 points and 10 rebounds. The Lakers would win their first of 5 championships in the Mamba era.
Kobe Bryant throws it over Jalen Rose. Are the 2000 NBA champions.
Los Angeles Clippers, 50-point game in 2006. The Clippers weren't a very competitive team during the majority of Bryant's career, and the two teams never once met in the NBA playoffs. If only Kawhi Leonard and Paul George had ended up in LA some years earlier. That said, both the Clippers and Lakers qualified for the postseason in 2006, so there was some good hype for their January 7th, 2006 regular season showdown. Kobe had one of the most dominant and unstoppable performances of his career in the game, scoring 50 points while adding 8 assists and the same amount of rebounds. The Lakers defeated their rivals by a final score of 112 to 109.
It's interesting. And I think as he makes this shot, I'd clutch a guard. Kobe Bryant, he had 5 fouls. It's like 5 into the paint, shoot off balance, bank it in.
Memphis Grizzlies, 60-point game in 2007. Kobe's Lakers paid a visit to Memphis on March 22nd, 2007. The Grizzlies were among the league's worst teams at this time, but at least Kobe put on a performance for the home fans to remember. The Black Mamba tuned in your casual 60-point game, and he frustrated the opposing defenders a lot. He received 18 free throw attempts, knocking down 17 of them. Bryant shot 54.1% from the field as the Lakers won 121-119.
Kobe now. Tough fall away. The big second chance. Inside, Kobe on the finger roll. Their dish, Kobe underneath, reverses it.
This marked the third of what would be 4 straight 50-point outings for Kobe. Miami Heat, 2009 buzzer beater. Dwayne Wade and his Miami Heat visited Kobe's Lakers on December 4th, 2009. This matchup, of course, took place several months before LeBron James would align himself with D. Wade and company. Wade and the Heat had the defending champions on the ropes, leading by 2 points with 3.2 seconds left in the clock. Just when it looked like Miami would pull off the upset, vintage Kobe emerged.
He gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up at the buzzer, banks it in! Oh, he banks in the three!
Milwaukee Bucks, 2009 buzzer beater. The Heat aren't the only team to be victimized by the Kobe buzzer beater during the 2009-10 season. The Lakers visited Milwaukee on December 16, 2009, but like Miami, the Bucks had Kobe's team at their mercy. LA trailed by a single point in overtime with 5.4 seconds to go. In this situation, everybody knew that the ball was going to Bryant. For whatever reason, the Bucks didn't bother to bring the double team, and they paid the price for it.
Get it into Kobe. Now, the Lakers for the win. Kobe going up over Bell. Fall away. Yes! Yes! At the buzzer, he does it!
Damn, ice in the veins, baby. Minnesota Timberwolves, Game 6 of the 2004 Western Conference Finals. Led by league MVP Kevin Garnett, the Timberwolves clinched the top seed in the West before winning their first ever postseason series in 2004, eliminating the Nuggets in round 1. Minnesota then eliminated Sacramento in Game 7 of the conference semis to set up the Western Finals showdown with the Lakers. Despite their superior record, the T-Wolves were outmatched by a Lakers team that consisted of 4 future Hall of Famers. Minnesota faced a must-win situation in Game 6. But Kobe wouldn't let it happen. Bryant scored 20 points while SHAQ posted 25. And the Lakers clinched their 4th NBA Finals in 5 years.
Decision, major decision, obviously.
Kareem Rush for 6 from downtown, a playoff career high.
New York Knicks, 61-point game. The New York Knicks have become accustomed to letting the game's greatest players humiliate them time and time again. Such is life when you're one of the most dysfunctional organizations in sports. This was the case once again on February 2nd, 2009, when the Lakers visited the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. While New York fans had very little to cheer about, they were at least treated to the memory of a lifetime. Seeing Kobe drop a double-double as he scored 61 points while shooting, wait for it, 61.3% from the field.
Now at 31.
Now, if he makes a...
And banks it in. He can single-handedly highest scoring game ever here at the Garden. 61 points.
Kobe and the Lakers walked out of MSG with a 126-117 victory. New Orleans Pelicans, first round of 2011 playoffs. The Lakers won 57 games in the 2010-11 season, as they aimed for another three-peat in the Phil Jackson-Kobe era. However, they were swept by the eventual NBA champion Dallas Mavericks in the conference semifinals, and it essentially marked the end of their dynasty. But hey, the postseason wasn't a waste of time for Kobe and the Lakers by any means. Facing the then New Orleans Hornets in round 1, the Black Mamba added another signature performance to his resume, highlighted by 2 monstrous dunks in Game 5.
Good coverage by Landry. Ariza dropped down. Kobe! Oh! Against Ariza, Kobe Bryant! Oh!
Bryant finished the series with an average of 22.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game as the Lakers dispatched the Hornets in 6. Oklahoma City Thunder, Game 6 in round 1 of 2010 playoffs. The Thunder were an up-and-coming team led by 3 future MVPs in Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. OKC put up an admirable fight against the Lakers in round 1 of the 2010 postseason, but Kobe reminded the Thunder that they just weren't ready, and he was not about to give up that title. Bryant completely shredded the Thunder through the series. With the chance to close it out in Game 6, Bryant made sure it happened.
Bryant looking to score another 3, knocks it down tonight with 32 points, especially here on the side for the lead. Misses. Gasol banks it in.
Gasol scored the game-winning basket, but Bryant was the real MVP with 32 points and 7 rebounds in his series clincher. Orlando Magic, 2009 NBA Championship. A year after losing to the Celtics in the 2008 NBA Finals, Kobe and the Lakers came back with a vengeance. They got through a difficult Western Conference bracket to reach the NBA Finals, where the Lakers met Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. Kobe's NBA Finals opponent hardly put up a fight. Bryant shredded Orlando's defense by averaging 32.4 points and 7.4 assists per game in the series. He posted 30 points in Game 5 to help the Lakers clinch their first title in 8 years, while capturing his first ever NBA Finals MVP award.
Bryant fires a three, puts it in. Bryant on the drive, banker is good. And celebrating with a coach.
Philadelphia 76ers, 2001 NBA Finals. After winning their first championship under Kobe and Shaq, the Lakers came back for more in 2001. Sure enough, they cruised through the Western Conference, sweeping all of their opponents to set up an NBA Finals showdown with the 76ers, who were led by MVP Allen Iverson. But even Iverson's team had zero chance against the Lakers' powerhouse. Once again, it was the Shaq and Kobe show as the Lakers finished off the 76ers in 5 games. Bryant averaged 24.6 points, 7 8-point rebounds, and 5.8 assists in the series. And he posted 26 points in the decisive Game 5.
Bryant for 3 with a 15-1 run. The best all-time playoff.
It's too easy. Next, Phoenix Suns, 2006 playoff buzzer beater. The 7th-seeded Lakers weren't supposed to have a chance against MVP Steve Nash and his powerhouse Suns in the opening round of the playoffs. This was one of the worst supporting casts that Kobe had ever worked with, but he single-handedly kept his team in the series. The Lakers led the series 2-1, but they trailed by a single point in the waning seconds of Game 4. They won a jump ball, and the game was put in Kobe's hands. And of course, you know what happened next.
Bryant for the win. Bang!
Now the Suns rallied to win the next 3 games to take the series. But the fact that Kobe single-handedly stretched this series the distance spoke a lot about his dominance. Portland Trailblazers, alley-oop to Shaq in Game 7. The Trailblazers had the Lakers on the ropes in Game 7 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals. The visitors led by 15 points early in the 4th quarter. But the super duo of Shaq and Kobe would finally bust through when the Lakers needed it most. The Lakers completely dominated the final frame, and they held a 4-point lead with less than a minute to go. Kobe put a cherry on top of the historic comeback with this beautiful alley-oop to Shaq. And of course, it sealed the game.
The Lakers have 2. Bryant to Shaq!
The Lakers would go on to win their first of 3 straight NBA championships. That iconic alley-oop marked the beginning of a dynasty. Sacramento Kings, Game 7 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals. The Lakers' dreams of a three-peat were in serious jeopardy. They went toe-to-toe with the Kings in the 2002 Western Conference Finals, and it was Sacramento who had home advantage. The series went the distance, and Game 7 required overtime. Once again, the Lakers' 2 superstars stepped up big time.
9 at the line. So Kobe Bryant with his 30th point. The Kings take.
Bryant had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists as the Lakers closed out the series in thrilling fashion. And they went on to complete the three-peat. A near triple-double with a trip to the finals on the line. That's Kobe for you. San Antonio Spurs, Game 5 of 2008 Western Conference Finals. The Spurs and Lakers completely dominated the NBA landscape together, with each club winning 5 NBA championships from 1999 to 2014. That's right, they combined to win 10 titles over that span. Tim Duncan versus Kobe and Shaq was always a sight to behold. These two teams were always in each other's way. And sure enough, the Spurs and Lakers squared off yet again in the 2008 postseason. This time, the Western Conference Finals. The Spurs needed the win at the Staples Center in Game 5 to keep their hopes alive. But even Greg Popovich and his stingy defense couldn't slow down Kobe on this night.
Bryant, come on now, that's close. Bryant to the rim. As he hits, and that will count.
Bryant put up 39 points as he helped the Lakers reach the NBA Finals for the first time in the post-Shaq era. It was a huge game for Kobe's legacy, as he proved that he didn't need O'Neal to reach the promised land. Toronto Raptors, 81-point game. Nobody will touch Wilt Chamberlain's record of 100 points in a single game. And perhaps nobody will ever come as close as Kobe did. The thought of somebody scoring 80 points in the modern era always felt impossible. The game has changed so much over the years, to the point where it's a really big deal if a guy goes over 50. But on January 22nd, 2006, Bryant made history when he dropped 81 points on the Toronto Raptors, the second most points ever scored in a single NBA game.
Gonna score! 105-96, another 3. 18 for 20 from the line. You have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance.
Bryant shot 60.9% from the field, while draining 7 of 13 shots from the three-point range. He also made 18 of 20 free throws, as the Lakers blew out the Raptors 122-104. In a word, Legendary. Utah Jazz. Kobe's final game. During the 2015-16 campaign, Bryant, who was hampered by numerous injuries, announced that he would be retiring after the season. His final career game took place at the Staples Center on April 13th, 2016 against the Utah Jazz. And boy did Bryant ever go out on a high note.
Kobe baseline over Neto has 32. A 40-point game. 60.
Bryant scored 60 points as he paced the Lakers to a 101-96 victory. Because of course he ended his career with a 60-point game. How many guys go out with a stat line as impressive as that? In any sport. Washington Wizards, 55 points versus MJ. The Wizards visited the Lakers on March 28, 2003, in what turned out to be the final showdown between Michael Jordan and Kobe. Bryant had one more chance to show the GOAT what he was made of, and the Black Mamba did just that. Bryant posted one of the most incredible performances of his career, with 55 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. The Lakers won 108-94, with Kobe getting the best of the GOAT in their final meeting.
Kobe for 3, unbelievable. Kobe's long jumper. Oh no! Game into his own hands and went on a shooting spree.
What is your favorite Kobe Bryant moment ever? Join me in the comment section below. Follow myself and TPS on Twitter. We post great content all the time. Like this video if you liked it. It takes one click right down below. If you like Kobe, like this video. I'm pretty sure you all like Kobe, so give the video a like. Subscribe to TPS because we post more content like this all the time. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. Kobe!
My knee.